Allegedly, it was Rob Kardashian's idea for him and Blac Chyna to have a baby, despite contrary belief that it was Chyna trying to trap Rob. Welcome back to Rob and Chyna, part 13. The Kardashians just found out that Blac Chyna and Rob are engaged, and they are not happy because Rob did not tell them, and they had to find out on TMZ. Additionally, they already don't like Chyna because of the history with Kylie and Tyga, but also the digs that Chyna was posting online towards Kylie around this time. Point is, they are not happy, which is why it is shocking that Rob agreed to sit down with all of his sisters and explain why he didn't tell them he was engaged, but also to tell them that Blac Chyna is pregnant. For the sake of time and copyright purposes, I'm only going to show you guys the part where Rob tells his sisters that Chyna's pregnant, because if I include the whole thing, this definitely will get taken down.
There's one more thing I have to talk to you guys about, but I don't want you guys to get mad.
What? You're having a baby.
Yeah. Just so you know.
Are you being serious?
No, I'm being Bible. I'm being dead ass. But you have to understand, I've been trying to do this. I'm not even kidding. This was really my decision. It really wasn't hers. On Dad's grave, on everything, on Bible.
Did you tell Mom?
Yeah, Mom knows. She didn't want me to say anything to Mom and you guys until she was 3 months, but I want Mom and you guys involved because I think it would be worse since obviously the engagement thing, how you all reacted, and then she starts to show or something, but...
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you. I know Chloe's probably feeling...
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know my emotions right now. I know I feel more empty and more unresolved than anything else, and I'm internally sad. Are you excited?
I'm excited, yes, but I know you guys are probably feel really weird. I mean, I don't expect you guys to be all happy, but I'm sure you guys will eventually. So, she's not a bad girl at all. She's really loyal, and she helps me a lot with trying to get back on track, and it's just good. So obviously I want you all a part of it because it's gonna happen. So there definitely needs to be a talk between all you guys because she's not going anywhere. She knows I'm gonna be in her life. She knows you guys aren't going anywhere. I don't want it to be where it's just y'all don't have a relationship. That's just weird.
I do think a baby is a blessing. I think that if this is going to get Rob to get it together, cool. But I personally don't know what the next step for Rob and his girlfriend and all of us are. I mean, that's up to Rob.
Obviously, things aren't going to be perfect overnight.
Oh, I know, but I just wanted
I think we should talk, you know.
It has to start somewhere, and that's why I started with Mom, and then you guys, and I'll have my talk with Kendall and Kylie, but I wouldn't make a decision like this if I wasn't all the way sure with everything. But
That's exciting. Babies are a blessing.
Who would have thought Rob would have been the one to join the North and Saint and everybody? Who is that little guy?
Now, before I move on to the next segment, I do want to address Chloe being upset because I have shared this clip before in Kylie and Tyga. Read you guys' comments. I actually felt the same way at first. I was like, why is she acting that way? But after doing all the research on Rob, I have more clarity on most likely what Chloe was feeling. Of course, I'm not a mind reader, but I have a pretty good idea based on events that have happened in Rob's life. To keep it short, Rob has been clinically depressed the last couple of years. He was living with Chloe when all of that was going on. They're trauma bonded because of the drama with Lamar. That's an understatement because I'm sure we don't even know the half of it. Additionally, hearing that Rob is now going to have a child is concerning and scary for Chloe because she knows mentally for years he has not been in a good space up until a couple months ago. And I think her concern is that Rob is not mentally prepared for that type of commitment. And only Chloe would know because she's been with him the entire time he's been a recluse and depressed in the house. She's been with him. Meanwhile, Courtney and Kim, they know what's going on with Rob. Not to the extent of Chloe, though. Kourtney and Kim were busy starting their families as they should, and it just so happened that Khloe was the one going through that with Rob, which is why she's handling it differently. If I were in her shoes, I don't know how I would handle that either. With that being said, I think we should give Khloe some grace with her reactions to certain things, because we're going to see this behavior a few more times. And I just want to make you guys aware of some things they did not show on Keeping Up with the Kardashians that may cause Khloe to be feeling this way. Now, with that being said, Rob and China told their family that they were pregnant at the beginning of April, but they did not tell the public until about a month later. On May 6th, TMZ announced that Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna are expecting. Since Rob and China are expecting a baby together, it seems like the Kardashian family, they're all on the same page of they don't want to have this drama with China anymore since there is now a baby involved. With that being said, Kylie actually requests to speak to China, and she does so, unfortunately, off camera. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because they needed to have a legitimate conversation that I feel like may have been filtered if they were on camera. But they do have the conversation at Kris Jenner's house with Kris Jenner, Rob, China, Kylie. Which is when Kylie, of course, broke the internet by posting this photo of her and China posted her own as well. If you were around in 2016, I don't have to explain the significance to you of this, but for the rest of you guys who are chronically online in 2016, this was big news for the unemployed. Okay, so much so that everybody thought it had been photoshopped. You guys remember when people thought things were photoshopped and now it's just AI? Including Khloe, she thought this was photoshopped as well. That's until Kylie has a conversation with Khloe and just explains everything that happened with their conversation, which is the closest we'll get to a camera in the room while these two had their sit down.
So pretty much, Rob called me about the whole situation, and I was just like, look, I'm done, I'm over it. And he was like, just come in for the meeting. Her and Mom were going back and forth for a while.
Were they fighting or they were fine?
I mean, Mom was being kind of like, Mom. Like,
No.
for sure.
No.
Yeah.
That's scary.
She was like, I don't have a problem with you guys. I don't have a problem with any of the sisters. Where I didn't do this out of spite. Like, it's just happened, this and that. And then her and I were talking about, like, Tyga a lot. And, like, what went down in the beginning. Because she was just like, you know, he would still text me. And I already knew that. Like, T told me everything. Like, I saw all their text messages, like, whatever. I do think I'm still working on finding ways to let go of the things that people say about me. So I just told Rob I want to talk to China because there's so much misunderstanding going on between her and I over social media. We just talked a lot. As I was talking to China, she had as much to say to me as I had to say to her, and I feel like a weight has just been lifted off both of our shoulders. And I feel like that's all we needed. And then I was like, we have to take a Snapchat so the world knows.
You said that?
Yeah. And then I just did the we've been best friends the whole time.
I swear I thought that was a Photoshop picture.
Everyone did.
So you guys are cool now? So that's that?
Yeah. I think at this point we all need to be one big happy family because some things we just can't control, like other people's lives. And honestly, I think you guys should talk. It's like people need to make up and get over things and
I'm
like...
just gonna start minding my own business.
No, because family is family.
I don't know why I would have a sit down with China because I don't have any issues with China. I find it weird that Rob doesn't think him and I should have a sit down before anything else because that's where the issue is between Robert and myself. And Rob can't just go into hiding. I think the more space Rob leaves between us, it's not just going to fix itself. Robert and I need to talk about what happened, how did we get to this place, and how we can fix it so we can never go back here again.